Deep in the French forest, among the wet trees and frozen ground, a boy lay. His forehead was cut by a saber. His lips barely moved. In his hand was a tricolour cockade. He clutched it to his last breath. He was only 13. Joseph Bara did not scream. He didn't cry. He just whispered, "Vive la Repubblica," and closed his eyes. At that moment, no one knew that this boy's death would shake the country, that his name would be memorized by schoolchildren, his image would be sung in poems, and his story would become a symbol. But how did the child end up in the war? Why did he even hold a weapon, even in the form of drumsticks? Joseph was born in the summer of 1779 in the town of Palaiseau. Father, a forester. Mother, a servant. A poor but proud family. When his father died, his mother took care of the children. Joseph began to help in any way he could. He realized early on that life requires fortitude. He worked, studied, listened to France change. And when the revolution came, he didn't turn away. In 1793, at the age of only 12, he enlisted in the army as a volunteer. One version says he did it on his own. According to another, with his mother's consent. He couldn't shoot, but he could walk alongside and beat the rhythm. Joseph became a drummer, not formally, but for real. A drum in war is not an ornament. It's the voice of the company. It's the signals of attack, retreat, alarm. It's the rhythm the soldiers follow. He was sent to one of the most dangerous areas of the war, the Vendée. The civil war was raging there, Republicans against Royalists, people on both sides, determined, fierce. Joseph found himself in a detachment commanded by General Desmarets. There, among the adult soldiers, he became a symbol of courage. The soldiers said it was a shame to be afraid around him. December 7th. The forest near the village of jacques-louis. Joseph goes out to get firewood, a routine errand. He didn't realize they were waiting for him in the forest. He's surrounded by Vendées, rebels, enemies of the Republic. They demanded, "Shout, 'Long live the King,' and we'll let you go." Joseph didn't answer. "Come on, live, say it." He silently pressed the cockade to his chest and, according to legend, whispered, "Vive la République." He was not given a second attempt. The saber cut his forehead, or the shot knocked him off his feet, different versions. But they all agree on one thing. He died without betrayal, and with a cockade in his hand. The news of Bara's death reached Paris. It struck fear into the hearts. Robespierre stood up in the convent and made a speech. This boy is a pure hero. No politics, no past, only faith in freedom. And a new chapter began. Not a military one, a symbolic one. Joseph was proposed to be buried in the Pantheon as a national martyr. They prepared a solemn ceremony. They wanted to carry his ashes under a painting by Jacques-Louis. The ceremony was cancelled after Robespierre was overthrown. But the legend remains. The line ship Bara was built in honour of Joseph Bara. A monument was erected in his native Palaiseau. A street named after him appeared in Paris. Schools and colleges bearing his name began to open in France. Jacques-Louis David began work on the painting Death of Joseph Bara. It was not completed, but the sketches were preserved. Later, in the 19th century, the artist Jean-Joseph Wurtz painted the very same picture, a boy with a drum on the threshold of death, with a face full of determination. His mother received a pension for life, and schoolchildren learned the words by heart. "Long live the Republic," the last words of the young hero. Over the years, historians have begun to argue. Was he alone? Did he shout the things attributed to him? Did he really fight? Or did he die by accident? But truth can be measured by more than facts. He really was a child. He really was at the front. He really did die. And today, he is not just a name in a book. He is an image, an idea, a memory. In the second half of the 19th century, the memory of him did not fade away. New monuments were erected. New paintings were painted. The name of Bara remained on the lips, not as a political figure, but as a reminder. A reminder that even the youngest can show great resilience. That an idea can be stronger than fear. That a child is capable of doing things that adults are afraid to do. And if you ever see a plaque with his name on it, know that there is a story behind that name. The story of a child who didn't give up. If this story touched you, please like and share it. On this channel, we tell about real people and forgotten destinies. About those who remained in history, not because of titles, but because of the strength of spirit. Subscribe so you don't miss new videos. And remember, sometimes the simplest decisions become immortal, like Joseph Bara's choice.